Hey, welcome back to Basin Motorsports. So as you noticed, I've kind of been absent from the channel. Other than posting up some things on the community tab, trying to keep you guys updated on what's going on. Been doing a lot of firewood splitting, which is what this is. Now I have been filming along the way, and I filmed something about 3 weeks ago, which is what this video is really going to be about. So without further ado, this stuff is old, but yet I think it's still valid. So check this out. This is what I filmed 3 weeks ago. Let me know what you think. Welcome back to Basin Motorsports for another week here in the garage. So I've got some great ideas this week and a lot of good stuff to share. So let's get right to it. So as you see behind, the Chevy Avalanche wrap is already in progress. So obviously the hood is done. You can see it is kind of a difference between kind of a purplish, orange, green, blue, and the color is an Avery Dennison wrap called Gloss Lightning Ridge. So the truck itself started out as a deep blue there, and it's now going to this color change film. So the hood is done. I'm now working on the passenger side, which is why the headlights are out. And once I get done there, I will do everything else. This one has been a little bit easier. Thankfully, it's not been so in-depth as the wide body Mustang, the Wide Fox. I don't have to sand really anything on this. Basically did a car wash, clay bar, and then cleaning and wrapping itself. The paint is what it is. It's got a pretty good factory OEM clear coat on it, so it really is nothing more than just cleaning it up, putting the vinyl on, and getting it sealed up, and this thing is going to look fantastic when it's done. All right, so the next piece of business, let's talk about the community tab is now available on the channel. This was previously only allowed for channels that were 10,000 subscribers and up. Well, obviously I'm not at 10,000, so they have lowered the threshold down to, I don't know what it is, but I'm in it. So what you'll see now is that rather than just put out videos, what I can do is now put out questions. I can put out polls, basically interact a lot better with you guys that are watching at home. So you're going to start seeing a lot more of that where I'll share out maybe some questions, kind of what I'm working on, etc. If I'm filming, that kind of deal. A lot of times here, I don't have a great network, like I've mentioned before, to be able to put out content all the time. So it's pretty easy for me. I could just type up, like if I was on Instagram or a picture, I could just type up, hey, out in the garage, do you guys got any questions on what's going on? Let me know. I can shoot them out in the community tab. You, if you are subscribed, should get a notification of that, and we can talk back and forth. Pretty easy, very cool. I'm excited to have it. Been waiting for it, and it's finally here. So now another thing I did this week is I grabbed a new heater, which is the DeWalt heater, and put out content. What is that, Wednesday night, I think? Maybe Wednesday night I put that out. Great heater. I've been really happy to have it, and holy moly, I tell you what, in less than an hour, it gets it almost like uncomfortable in this garage, which is fantastic. Now, my father-in-law gave me his huge propane tank that he didn't need. It was full. He dropped it off and said, use it in order to wrap the truck. So I am going heavy with heat in here, and it's going to stay nice and comfy all winter. Okay, so the last thing I'll talk about this week, other than I've got some new lighting going under the cabinet that I haven't done yet, but it will be out on the channel soon, is that I've got a great idea. Well, I think it's great because it's mine. And here's the idea. Thinking about doing a $10 build club. Now, the thought of this was if I did an exclusive $10 a month buy-in for a subscription. I'm going to do it through Patreon probably. And I got this idea. What would you do? What would you build if you had a budget of $10,000? Now, the reason I say this is because I showed you guys about what I had in the Wide Fox, and knowing where I started from and where I got it to, I think $10,000 to be able to build another one of these is about right. So I thought about if somebody wanted to build a wide body, would, let's say, 1,000 people buy in for $10 a month to get to a $10,000 budget? Basically like chipping in every month kind of deal. So then I thought about it, wow, man, we could do another wide body build. And if somebody wanted their car done, be fine. It's a $10,000 build. If you didn't have a car, it's a $10,000 build. Either way. So the thought was, The initial thought today was if I could do 1,000 people, $10 a month, we all throw it in a pot, and I'll pick one person out of 1,000, out of those 1,000, that gets a $10,000 build. Now, if it's their car, great. That doesn't come out of the budget. If they don't have anything, but they have a desire to have X, whether it's a wide body coupe, whether it's a hatchback wide body, whether it's a drag car, etc., the budget remains the same, $10,000. So the question is, does anybody want to buy in on that? Would anybody want to buy in on that? Now, out of that, you know what I'm capable of. You watch the channel, you know I can build from the ground up, bolt by bolt, nut by nut kind of deal. I can build a wide body. I can almost duplicate the wide body itself. Now, that could include paint, wrap, engine swap, everything else. But you got to remember, the budget is $10,000. So the question is, does anybody want in for $10 a month if I do it through Patreon? And then the second is, what would you do? What would you spend it on? A $10,000 budget. Now, I also thought about why just limit this to the Fox Mustangs. They're one of my favorite cars, but I also liked C10 trucks. I had one of those when I was a teenager, and I always thought I want another one. And I thought for $10,000, there's a lot of damage you could do out there. So the deal is, here's what I'm kicking around. You guys decide if you want to do it, yes or no. Now you can vote like the negative thumb that no, I wouldn't buy in. You can say yes, I would buy in. You can leave a comment of absolutely, whatever it is. This is where I'm starting at. You guys give me feedback on it. 1,000 people, $10 a month. We get to 1,000 subscribers at that level. Somebody out of that 1,000 gets a $10,000 build. I throw in the labor, I document it, and it's up to them how they spend it. Now, just remember that. $10,000, my labor, and it doesn't even have to be a Mustang. It can be anything for that dollar value. So I leave it up to you guys. That's it for this week, I think, right? The heater, truck wrap, wide body's undercover. It's in there, and I got parts coming for it for the next pieces. But I'm not telling you what it is yet. But no phase 2's on it. And I'll leave you with this. The gray lady may be included in that $10,000 build. That car sitting outside, you know it's clean. It's clean. That could be thrown into the mix if you want to build that for that amount. You guys let me know. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time. Turn it on.